Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. In this session, we'll dive into exploring Python data structures. We'll go through a practical exercise to see how lists, tuples, and dictionaries can be used in inventory management to add new items, remove out-of-stock products, extract key value pairs, as well as other functions. Let's go over the scenario. So here in Jupyter Notebooks, I have it marked down a scenario about Air Force Supply. So the scenario is you're the new data analyst and it's your job to ensure our inventory management system runs smoothly. You'll be working with various data structures to track product IDs, monitor stock levels, analyze trends, and organize inventory. First, let's load the inventory.csv file. So we have right here a CSV file with product name as a column and stock level and its associated stock level. So we have 50 items right here. So that's just to give you a reference of what we're about to import. So in a new cell, we're going to import pandas as PD. Then we're going to load the inventory from the CSV file. So we're going to create a data frame, inventory df is equal to pd.read.csv, inventory.csv. That's the name of the file. And then we're going to extract the product names from the data frame and store them in a list. So we're going to create a new variable called inventory is equal to inventory df product name .toList. So product name is the name of the column that I had shown you in the CSV file. And then we're just going to print it just to show that it's turned into a list. I'm going to go ahead and run this. So here we have a list of those 50 items that I showed you. But let's say we wanted to get rid of an item in the list. So we can use the remove method to do that. So let's just try and get rid of this first item, the roll rate gyroscope. So we can go ahead and type inventory.remove roll rate gyroscope. And let's print it. Updated inventory and print the inventory. So we ran it and now we see that roll rate gyroscope is no longer the first position. Let's say we wanted to add new items to the list, and in order to do that we can use the split and extend methods to accomplish this. So let's type in here, we can do new items str to indicate a string, and I'm going to give you 3 new parts. So here's a string that I created, and it's not a list, but we'll be able to use the split method to put that into a list. And then we can call a new list. So new items is equal to new items str.split, and this parameter calls for a delimiter, and the delimiter is going to be a comma and a space. So a comma right here followed by this space. So every time it sees that, it's going to split it into its own list element. And then we're going to use the extend method to add it to the inventory. And the extend method is kind of different than append in that it can put in multiple items. So we'll do inventory.extend new items, and then we're going to print it. Updated inventory, print inventory. So here we run it, and we are going to see that these three items, environmental control unit, filter, aircraft structural, and electro-optical, these are added right here at the end. And we use the extend method to put those at the end. Now let's demonstrate the use of tuples to represent unique product IDs. Tuples are ordered, immutable collections of items. Immutability means that once a tuple is created, its elements cannot be changed. This makes tuples ideal for storing data that shouldn't be modified. So some examples of tuples would include grid coordinates, birthdays, and other examples as well. So let's create some product IDs as tuples. So product ID 1 is equal to so that's an example of a tuple, and I'm going to copy and paste this maybe 3 times, change it to 2, 3, call this the power distribution panel, say medium, and then the hydraulic reservoir, large. And I'm going to print these. So let's print these, and there we get 3 tuples right there. But let's try modifying one of these tuples and see what happens. Like I mentioned before, one key feature of tuples is that they are immutable. So just to prove that, let's try and change one up. So I'm going to try and modify the 0 position, the first position, from radar dome cover to infrared countermeasure, and let's see if that works. And it does not work. Tuple object does not support item assignment. It's going to be a type error. So the previous sections focused on using lists and tuples for inventory management. While these data structures are useful, they have limitations when it comes to efficiently accessing and updating specific product information. Dictionaries offer a more organized and flexible approach, allowing you to store product names as keys and their corresponding stock levels as values. This key value structure enables quick lookups and modifications, making dictionaries ideal for managing inventory data. So let's create a dictionary from the same dataset that we used previously. So let's go import pandas as PD. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did previously. So inventory df is equal to pd.read CSV, inventory.csv. And then we are going to set the product name column as the index. So inventory df.set index product name in place is equal to true. So in place is equal to true makes the change directly to inventory df without needing to assign it back. Then we're going to convert the data frame directly to a dictionary, selecting only the stock level column. So we're going to say inventory dict is equal to inventory df stock level dot to dict, which is the method to create a dictionary. So let's print it out. So we're going to print this dictionary. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, so notice how in the output now we have the key value pairs. So in the CSV, next to roll rate gyroscope, we have 25. That's the stock level. So this structure allows for efficient lookup and management of inventory information. Let's say you want to add a new item with its associated stock level, and you also want to update one of our current items. So let's see how we can do this. So let's say we want to add a radio module to the inventory with a stock level of 40. So we could do something like this: inventory dict radio module is equal to 40. And then we also want to update the power distribution panel from 30 to 20. So to do that, we can do inventory dict power distribution panel is equal to 20. So that's going to reassign that number to 20. And let's print out our result. So updated inventory, and then print inventory dict. So after running it, we get radio module at the end here with the value of 40. And then we see that power distribution panel updated to 20. And another thing we can do is that we can remove an item from the dictionary, and we can use the keyword del to do that. So let's say we wanted to get rid of this hydraulic reservoir. We can do something like this: del inventory dict hydraulic reservoir. And we'll print it. So we deleted that hydraulic reservoir. Let's see if we did. So it's after the power distribution panel, and after this, there's nothing there. So that's how we remove something from a dictionary using the del operator. And now let's create a nicely formatted inventory report by using f strings and a for loop. So we can do something like this: inventory report, and then we can use a for loop for product, stock, in inventory dict.items. So product and stock are going to correspond with the key and value respectively. So product is the key and value is stock, or stock is the value and product is the key. And this function right here, .items, grabs those key value pairs from each dictionary item. So, and then we'd write print and write our F string, product, stock. So it's going to list the product and it's going to list the stock level. We'd run that and we get a nicely put inventory report. So it's going to list the product and the stock level on one line. So to recap, we saw how lists, tuples, and dictionaries can be used to inventory management to add new items, remove out-of-stock products, extract key value pairs, as well as other functions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.